Welcome everybody to a Baltimore Ravens rebuild from a Ravens fan. So if you're new here, I am a Baltimore Ravens fan. Now I do a lot of franchise content on here. Right now, Chicago Bears have a Purdue dynasty. Love doing that. So if you're new here, please subscribe for more content. I don't usually do rebuilds, but I thought this was a very special occasion for one. Since the Baltimore Ravens just fired their head coach of 18 years, John Harbaugh, and as a fan, trying to put this team into a Super Bowl, get Lamar Jackson into the Super Bowl. You got Derrick Henry, veterans like that came here. This definitely is a team that has enough talent to do so. It's just disappointment after disappointment for sure. And, I agree with the firing of Harbaugh. I know people out there that aren't Ravens fans think it's maybe crazy, but the dude could have been gone after 2017. They win the Super Bowl in 2012. They missed the playoffs the next year, and then they get to the playoffs in 2014. But from 2015, 2016, 2017, they missed the playoffs. And he was just about out in 2018 after starting 4-5. And then Lamar Jackson came in and pretty much saved his job. As for the coach we're going to go with, I'm just going to go with Clint Kubiak. I think he might be the favorite at the moment. We're going to go with Clint Kubiak to be the new head coach of the Baltimore Ravens. Now, looking at the roster, Lamar Jackson, people, should you trade him? Hell no. You out of your damn mind if you want to trade Lamar Jackson. There is no way he is going absolutely anywhere. He's a two-time MVP, franchise quarterback. He had a bad season this year due to injuries, and that's due to the fact the offensive line was absolutely garbage. The dude had no time to throw. His receivers, it just did not work. It did not work. Him and Monken definitely had some issues, and I think that was a little bit out there that him and Monken have problems. But no, if you're trading Lamar Jackson, you're just an idiot or you're a hater. I mean, that's really about it. Why would you get rid of this guy? The dude, previous year, 41 touchdowns, 4 picks, one of the greatest seasons of a quarterback. I mean, you'd have to be a moron to trade Lamar Jackson. You're going to set your franchise back so much. No, he's not going anywhere. Derrick Henry, obviously, still amazing. Almost won the rushing title this year. And I'd like to bring back Keaton Mitchell. He technically would be a restricted free agent, but they don't have that in Madden, which I don't know how they do not have restricted free agents where you put a tender on them. I don't know. Ricard, I think, is key. He's going to come back now. Receiver-wise, Zay Flowers, I love Zay, but I don't think he's a 1. I think he's more of a slot 2 guy. And I think they had the plans like that for this year, bringing in DeAndre Hopkins to play on the outside with Rashad Bateman, who had a solid year last year. But this year, he just kind of went downhill. He really did. Injuries as well. I just don't know after signing an extension. I'm not quite sure about Bateman. Hopkins, he can make some spectacular catches. I just don't know if he's there. I like Devontae Walker. All he does is catch touchdowns. So I wouldn't mind trying to give him some playing time. But maybe a receiver is something you're going to bring in. We'll see what we do here. Tight end market, Mark Andrews, he is definitely not a 91 overall. That is completely wrong. He should be probably in the low 80s. He's gone downhill. I know he's signed an extension as well. I don't know. I just don't see it anymore. I like Isaiah Likely a lot. I know he had some problems this year with the fumble against Cincinnati. The touchdown catch that should have been against Pittsburgh, you can't convince me that was not a touchdown catch. But I'd love to bring back Likely. We'll see. Kohler, I like too. Andrews is the only one I have questions about. I do like the tight end room, but, we're going to stick with, obviously, Andrews with the extension. But I like to bring back Likely and Kohler. Now, here's the main problem of this offense. The offensive line. Previous year, solid year. Very good. This year, not good. Emory Jones right now is going to step in, I think. I think we might stick with him as starting guard. Voorhees was okay this season. It's just the consistency not there. Linderbaum, obviously very good. He will be priority, probably number 1 in the offseason to bring him back. And then you got this guy right here. Absolute garbage season. It's terrible. I mean, if you watch some of the footage on Daniel Falele, it's really bad. He is blocking nobody. He is blocking his own guys. His back is turned. He's facing the quarterback. It's almost comical. And to me, this guy, and even, on the right tackle side, I think these are the 2 guys responsible for the injuries to Lamar. I really do. Rosengarten played not very good this year either, but it's not even close to Daniel Falele. They're the 2 responsibilities for Lamar getting mainly injured most of the time because They just couldn't block. So that has to be improved. Defensive front. Here is another area that is a must. They could not get a pass rush at all. Now, Mike Green, I do like. He's only obviously in his first year. I think he's shown some stuff, so that's good. But the thing is, I think it's also a scheme thing. Look at Odafe Owe. He gets traded to the Chargers, does nothing here in Baltimore, goes out to LA, and just performs outstandingly. I think it's a scheme thing. Zach Gore, I'm glad he is gone. I love Zach Gore as a Baltimore Raven player, but as a coordinator, trash. I'm glad he is gone. His schemes were just abysmal. I mean, it's so bad that you got to bring in a guy like Dean Pease to watch his back. I mean, it's just not good. Not good at all. And honestly, that Steeler game, if defensively they don't get beat by 48-year-old, 50-year-old Aaron Rodgers, who has absolutely no receivers, they allow 400 plus yards to them. I mean, it's ridiculous. So this front needs to be fixed. Yeah, Ajabo, that's another guy I just can't even look at. You were hoping he was going to be something. Turns out to be nothing. And this is the big one here. Nnamdi Madubuike, all reports that I've seen, some rumors, he's done. He's going to be retired. And it makes a lot of sense because they gave Travis Jones a 3-year extension. They even gave John Jenkins a year extension. So Madubuike is going to be gone for sure. And that's how we're going to play this rebuild. He's not going to be a part of it because all indications are that he's done. Now, I know he was on the sidelines in Pittsburgh for that game. Now, that could have been kind of one of those things like kind of last time, hang out with you guys. It could be over from here. But like I said, with Jones and Jenkins signing, that is to me even more indication that he is done. He is done for sure. So I think we're just going to roll with no Madubuike. So this defensive front, we got to draft. We're going to look at free agency. We got to get to the quarterback. That is the main thing. The quarterback we have to get to. That's football. Your lines have to be very, very good. As for linebackers, Roquan, he kind of disappears. I'll be honest with you. He disappears for a while. Yeah. He's still going to be part of this team. Now, Trenton Simpson, Teddy Buchanan, I like them. I think Trenton Simpson's very solid. He's just a little bit, in coverage, he could be a little bit of a mismatch. But Teddy Buchanan, I thought, played really well. Just ended up tearing his ACL at the end of the season. But I like him. I still don't mind if we maybe get a little bit of an upgrade at linebacker for sure. Maybe. We'll see. As for corner, man, Marlon Humphrey, dude just got beat time and time again. He had a rough season. He really did. So with him, with a year left in his deal, we'll see about that. I like Awuzie. I think he performed really, really well. It's just the last thing you're going to think about is him getting beat by Calvin Austin on a double move for a touchdown for Pittsburgh. But same thing. I think that could be a schematic thing if you look kind of like film-wise. And Nate Wiggins, I think he's still good. That Green Bay game, I don't know what he was doing in that Green Bay game, but still, solid seasons. Tampa's okay, but still, I think maybe corner we have to probably look at as well. This defense, it's just, yeah, I don't know. Malachi Starks, man, he had a rough start, but at the end of the season, I think he played pretty well. I think he really stepped up, started to show himself. Adarius Washington came back into this season after tearing his Achilles, so I don't know what you're going to really get at from him. He is technically a free agent, so I don't know if he'll be brought back. Kyle Hamilton, to me, is the best safety in the NFL. Maybe Derwin James there. And Aloy Gilman really stepped up after coming over the trade, allowed Hamilton to almost play linebacker in this sense. But in Madden sense, that's not going to happen. You got this dude right here. Yeah, not much else to say about him. And then he got one of the best punters in football, Jordan Stout. So hopefully we'll be able to retain him as well. All right, that's the roster right now. I could give more opinions on Harbaugh. To me, it had to go. He had to go. I've seen reports that, I just saw something where they fired him over the phone, and Lamar was kind of in the sense like, hey, like you got to put more. I got to get more from the head coach, putting these guys on blast in the sense. And I know Lamar had some problems, even with like kind of guy like Marlon Humphrey, who would do his little podcast afterwards. And the one Lamar was pretty much like, get out of my face. And I know the whole video game situation. So it's a whole thing. Like I said, it's time. Harbaugh could have been gone in 2017. So don't get that, mixed up that he's been this amazing coach. He just hasn't really. He's just kind of got away with that Lamar. I mean, that's really it. Lamar has pretty much saved his job from year on year out, and I think that's the way this team was built. I think the offensive line wasn't built up as much because you're just hoping Lamar's going to get out of trouble. So I think Eric DeCosta, same thing, has a little bit of, he's got to be on the hot seat a little bit. So I think Lamar just, the old guy, the meme of the guy slapping that thing on the water, like, yeah, well, this is a fix, and that's Lamar Jackson. You just slap something on, he can fix it. And sometimes when you get hurt, you can't, and it's that bad. I mean, look at Patrick Mahomes. As I'm speaking, the Denver Broncos do win the Super Bowl this year in the sim. They beat the Seattle Seahawks. This could be an actual matchup. Look at Mahomes. I mean, their offensive line, terrible. He's getting beat around back there. It happens. All right, let's look at a mock draft. I just want to see where we're at right now. I do have a realistic draft class on. Let's see. So the guy that I'm looking for right there is Ruben Bain. Mara Washington is right now at number 14. But, man, Ruben Bain is the guy I really want. The Miami connection, obviously that's who I'm going to be looking for. But we're going to have to try to trade up for that. So we'll probably make some deals for sure. Aaron Rodgers is finally going to retire. Cameron Hayward retires for Pittsburgh as well. So that could really shake up the division because Cameron Hayward still playing outstanding football. There's no doubt about that. He is an absolute beast in there. Von Miller's going to retire. And John Jenkins retires. So we have an extension on, but he decides, you know what? I'm done anyway. I'm hanging it up. Stafford's going to retire. Devontae Adams retires. So that whole Rams offense is now on Puka Nacua and see who they bring in. Anybody else. But yeah, it was time for Harbaugh to go, and we're ready. I'm ready for a new regime. Will it be any better? Will it be good? I have no idea. And anyway, if people were like, oh, how could you get rid of him? I mean, look, Bill Belichick got fired. The dude won 6 Super Bowls. Andy Reid took the Eagles to 4 NFC championship games. He got to a Super Bowl. He's let go. Dungy back in the day with Tampa Bay, he built that up. They get rid of him to bring in Gruden. It happens. And honestly, if Pittsburgh loses their playoff game on Monday, I mean, I guarantee you there's going to be a lot of Steeler people out there wanting Tomlin gone. I can guarantee you that. I think that's going to be a huge thing where Tomlin could be gone because that's going to be another year where you don't win a playoff game. I think there's a lot of pressure on Pittsburgh to win that game. I thought there was a lot of pressure on Pittsburgh to win the game against Baltimore because they had a huge lead in the division. They just about blew it. I think there's a lot of pressure on the team to at least get a playoff win. Because if you don't get a playoff win, you're going to be in some serious troubles talking about your job as well. All right, let's get to re-signing some players here. Who do we want to bring back? I guess now I'm Eric DeCosta, right? Here we go. All right, let's go through this. Zay Flowers, we are going to accept that 5th-year option. No doubt about it. Tyler Linderbaum. Here is, I think, the number 1 goal. He doesn't have a lot of interest. That's not good. What's a mentor? Close to Iowa. Dude, where are you going? I think we get to a football team. So he doesn't accept our deal, but we are instantly putting the franchise tag on him. That is for sure. Franchise tag on Linderbaum. Keaton Mitchell. I want to bring back. Like I said, this should be a restricted free agent. We could have put a tag on him, but that doesn't exist in this game. So we're going to sign him, and he stays. There you go. We're signing Keaton Mitchell, re-signing there. All right, Alohi Gilman. He has interest. I don't know if I have interest. Isaiah Likely has interest. I have interest in bringing him back. I know that's a lot of money, but I think Andrews maybe has like a year left. So maybe after the year this year, you explore Andrews and trading, and you got him back there. Awuzie, like I said, I thought he played a solid season. He had some really, really good games. I know it's a year older, but I don't mind bringing him back. I mean, it's going to be a 1-year deal, around $14 million. It's a lot. Cap room is not fully theirs, but we're going to still got $44 million. Draymond Jones, I'm going to let him walk. Washington, I think, would let walk. That's not even a question with these two guys. They can get the hell out of here. And it's not like I'm rooting for any Ravens player ever to fail. I want everybody to be the best ever. So don't get that wrong. I'm not, hating on guys because I wish Daniel Falele was the best right guard in football. but he's not. Not even close. Sometimes I think I could get out there and block a little better. So, I mean, that's what it is. Huntley will not resign, but we're going to try it in free agency to bring him back because he just fits perfectly with this team. Hopkins, I'm surprised he didn't retire. Usually he kind of does. But you know what? Let's bring him back for 1 year. Let's get the leadership still there with D-Hop and see if we can get to the playoffs and our Super Bowl and get him one. He's one of those players, I think, over the years that, you know, let's give him a shot. Charlie Kolar, I think he is a fantastic blocker. I think he can make plays in receiving game. I like Charlie Kolar a lot, so we're going to re-sign him. The rest of these guys, yeah, Okoye, technically he should be brought back immediately. I think that's the way it works in this. But Van Noy, I think we're going to let go to free agency at the moment. We're going to see how that plays out. Keandre Jackson, I think maybe we can just bring back on this 1-year deal. All right, that's fine. Just more depth, more likely a practice squad player. What else we got down here? I know we got Ricard, and he is key to the run game. Big key. He was hurt to start the season. The run game against Buffalo, fantastic. Ever since then, it just wasn't there, but when Ricard came back, it just started to click. So I'm glad he is back for sure. We bring back Patrick Ricard. Jordan Stout, he is one of the best punters in football. No doubt about it. I think I definitely want to bring Jordan Stout back. He is coming back. There we go. And then we have, Nick Moore, line specialist, which you do have to sign in this game. So I'd like to bring back him. And it's funny that a line specialist has, certain things they want to sign with. I don't know. It's just kind of funny. He is not signed, but I think we'll go in free agency, try to bring him back. But I think that's what we're going to sit with for right now. So we hit free agency, and there's rumors going around, obviously, of a certain guy that could possibly get traded and having some really issues with his team and would really upgrade this team significantly. And that is, going to the Raiders, is Max Crosby. The thing is it's going to take a lot. I think it's going to take at least 2 first-round picks to get him. And if we want to go get Ruben Bain, which is definitely the idea, we might have to use those picks to move up. So it's who you really want. And I think with our cap situation, I think we're going to just let it roll. Because also, if we hit free agency, we got Trey Hendrickson there. So if we can bring in Trey Hendrickson, draft Ruben Bain, that instantly just your defensive front is just very, very good. And still obviously think about drafting, another kind of pass rush type D tackle, because that's what kind of Matabike was. We kind of have that run fit with Travis Jones. If we can add another kind of pass rush guy, and our defense front can just be insane, that's what we want. So, and then you throw in obviously Mike Green there as well. So we're going to offer him, I think, a 2-year deal. Man, it's like $30 million a year. It's a lot. It is a lot. But also you're taking a player away from an in-division team that for some reason just does not want to do anything defensively. I don't know. All right, let's take a look at what we got here. So Marlon Humphrey is the big one. He has a year left in his deal. I'm willing to get rid of him. Roquan's right there too, of a good possibility. But I think Marlon Humphrey, I'm willing to part with. But I'm going to use it in a trade because I have an idea here of a player I think that might be available, needs a new change of scenery, and it would work out perfectly to bring here and be the guy that we need in a situation. So we're going to offer Marlon Humphrey. Now, like I said, this could be unrealistic in the sense we're going to offer a third, a fifth, and the second, and we are going for Justin Jefferson. We're going for JJ. I think he needs a change of scenery. I think he wants out there. We give you kind of a top-tier corner in the sense, 3 draft picks. Now, you might think, hey, first rounder has to be involved, but I don't know. I don't know with trades. I'm not sure how that would work out. I don't know. With that, we're going to try it, and it works. It works. We get Justin Jefferson. I think he needs to be out of Minnesota. I don't think he wants to be there anymore. And we trade for Justin Jefferson. Now, we gave up Marlon Humphrey, our top corner. We gave him a lot of draft capital. So we're going to have to look at corner now as well. But man, an absolutely massive deal. I think this is, now you put Zay in the slot. You got JJ out there. Man, to me, we still got to build the defense, obviously. But if you get a guy like that number one receiver out there, it's just going to make a massive difference. A massive difference. And we just pulled off a crazy trade. All right, Trey Hendrickson, we're going to up the deal a little bit. I mean, he's got a lot of suitors. We're a little bit over Tennessee there. I don't know if we're in the top spots. We might have to redo that one again. We'll see. All right, let's go for Huntley. What's a 3-year deal? How about 2 years? Yeah, so I know some people are out there going to say that trade was absolutely unrealistic. But, I mean, it's tough. Sometimes you see trades nowadays with guys that want out. And half the time, they just take what you can get. I mean, I've seen some trades where it's absolutely crazy. They get a 5th or 6th round pick out of it. And I'm like, what? So we're giving you Humphrey and, a 2nd, 3rd pick for him. I think that could happen, obviously. That could absolutely happen. I don't know what with Minnesota. I just think he needs out of there. I just think he needs out. That's why we went for it. Looking at guard, there's some solid guards there you can bring in. Question is, I think we might go with Emory Jones. I'm going to see what he has. I like him. So really it's going to be at the right guard spot where we need somebody. I'm going to stick with Roger Rosengarten at right tackle. We're just going to say he had a sophomore slump and stick with them. But guard has to be an upgrade. The thing is, there are some talented guards in the draft. So I think we're going to look at that. I was thinking of maybe Evan Neal. He was only 25. Not sure. I didn't make an offer. Now, as for edge, obviously you got Van Noy sitting there, but we're trying to get Trey Hendrickson. So if Hendrickson doesn't work out, we might just go right back to Van Noy if he didn't sign with anybody. As for defensive tackle, same thing. I think I'm going to look more to the draft for that. So honestly, looking through the free agent list, there's not too much. This is the key deal right here. This is where the chips fall. If we get Trey Hendrickson, we're good. If he does not sign with us, then we're going to have a little bit of a backup plan of where we want to go. And obviously, we're going to have a lot of money to spend if he doesn't sign with us because we're offering him like $34 million a year over the next 2. So we'll see. We're over Tennessee by 1. And I think maybe that's where we probably ended. Yeah. Because I'm looking down here at anybody else. I don't think we want to upgrade linebacker there. I think we're fine there. I'm looking more to the draft in that sense. Corner. All right, you got Jalen Watson. So here's what we're going to do. If Hendrickson signs, we're going to have to draft corner, obviously. If Hendrickson does not sign with us, I think we're going to go Van Noy and Jalen Watson. We're going to offer them some deals, and I think that's where we're going to go. As for backup free safety, there's some names here, but the money's just not working out. I'm going to let that roll a little bit, and maybe we look to the draft as well on that front and see how free agency works out. Because I think some of these guys more than likely might fall back and might just be sitting there for a while, and then we can bring him in. So I think we're going to wait. This is kind of how the Ravens pull free agency anyway. We don't go too crazy. I think even offering Hendrickson a deal is kind of sometimes out of the ordinary, but I think it is a must. You got to get a big-time pass rusher. We're hoping to get one in the draft, and we're hoping to get one right here. So let's do an eval, and we'll see. Will he be a Baltimore Raven? I am not sure. He has made his decision, though, and he didn't sign with us. He signed with the Tennessee Titans on a 1-year deal as well. So he'll be a free agent again next year unless they re-sign him. So Trey Hendrickson does not come to Baltimore. He goes to Tennessee. Okay, so now I think the backup plan, like I said, we're going to go Kyle Van Noy. We're going to bring him back for another year, give him another chance here. And then we're going to go to Jalen Watson, who's still there. It was a risk. He is still there. There when he has 2 offers on the table. We're going to offer him a 3-year deal. Up the money a little bit. Man, Tennessee again. The damn Titans in that race again. Okay. Well, I think we'll do another eval here and just see. Everybody's signed. And we got him. We got Jalen Watson. So we got another corner there. We bring in Kyle Van Noy. Nick Moore, the line specialist, is back, and Huntley has signed as well. So honestly, that might end our free agency. That might be it. And if we look at the mock draft 5 again, Ruben Bain is going at 6. Oh, man. I know there's plenty of pass rushers. Don't get me wrong, but I think Ruben Bain is the guy I just want badly. We got to get above 6. Because there is a guy I'm willing to trade too. There's no doubt about it. The Jets maybe make a deal? Let's try the Jets. They have 2 first-round picks over number 2. The thing is, they would want Mendoza, but the team need isn't quarterback. Interesting. Maybe they brought somebody in. But let's try it. We're going to try it for the number 2 overall pick. And we're going to offer up Rashad Bateman, our first-round pick this year, first-round pick next year, and a third in 2028 to move up to number 2. Wide receiver is a need for them. You get 2 first-round picks, and the deal is done. We're the number 2 overall pick now, and we're going Ruben Bain. That's pretty much simple. We need pass rushers. We're going to bring in Ruben Bain, and that'll be the key. Now, he won't probably be the only one, that's for sure. All right, Bobby Wagner going to the Chargers. Devontae Williams to the Commanders. DJ Reader is going to Pittsburgh. They're trying to build back up their defensive front after Cam Hayward goes. And obviously, like I said, this isn't the most realistic rebuild, obviously. I still think it's solidly got some realism in there. But, I mean, is it going to be the most realistic thing? No, this is a video game, obviously. So, I mean, it's not going to be. We're just doing our best here. Dafe Owe is going to Tennessee. So, Tennessee, they have money to spend, and they got some pass rushers. They got Owe. They got Hendrickson. They're trying to build up their defense. Lloyd Gilman's going to Carolina, and Washington is going to Chicago. All right, that ends free agency, and that brings us to the NFL draft. Looking at our picks, now we have the number 2 pick. We have a 2nd rounder, 4th rounder. We have 3 5s, a 6, and 2 7s. And honestly, I'd like to probably move back into the 3rd round. We got some 5s to work with. We got some future picks to work with we can do. So, I mean, our next year's draft's not looking too good. That's for sure. So, we'll see. And also, I guess I didn't specify this. Obviously, a rebuild, you want to win a Super Bowl. So, this might only be a 2-year rebuild, and that's it. We'll see. Reese is going to go with the number 1 pick to Tennessee out of Ohio State. And we know where we're going. We're going Ruben Bain. I know he's down here a little bit, but, I mean, he was projected number 6. Usually that mock 5 is pretty accurate. We had to trade up. We're going to get Ruben Bain, and we select him out of Miami. I think this is going to give us the pass rusher we need. You still have Mike Green, Kyle Van Noy can continue to build up. We still have more picks to go with. He is a hidden dev. He's a beast. Obviously, Miami in the national championship game against Indiana. That should be... We'll see. We'll see. Does Indiana blow them out? I don't know. I think the defense of Miami could make it a game. We'll see. But Mendoza is going to Arizona. Ty Simpson is going to the Raiders. I don't know. This quarterback class is... maybe Mendoza can be good. I don't know. Jeremiah Love going to the Giants at 5. Wow. David Bailey going to the Commanders, so they needed their edge. Ruben Bain would have gone right there. Peter Woods. Oh, that's fantastic. Going to the Cleveland Browns. Peter Woods looks like an absolute monster. And, of course, he goes to Cleveland. Man, that defense is ridiculous. You got Mason Graham. Peter Woods in the middle. And then you got, obviously, the best pass rusher in football who just broke the sack record. And Myles Garrett, man, that defense is going to be ridiculous. And then you got Mekhi Lemon who goes to Cincinnati. What are you doing, Bengals? You already got Chase and Higgins. Why do you need another receiver? You got to spend that on defense. Wow. That is something else there. Jets going 2 defensive picks as well? I don't know what we're doing. See, this is what I mean. Like, you can try to do the most realistic rebuild of all time, and then you get into the draft, and these teams sometimes are just dumb. They're so dumb. Like, what are you doing? Even Sadiq with Detroit. I like Sadiq. He's a very talented tight end. But do you really need him? I don't know. Interesting. We're just going to roll through the first round, see how it plays out, and then obviously we'll get into the rest of our picks. Any other, I'm trying to look around at any other maybe picks that just absolutely make no sense. We're still looking solid here so far. Let's see. Browns, where do they go here with number 30? They take another edge. They just continue to roll with the defense. They're going all in defensively. All in. They're not messing around. They're just say, hey, our offense, we're going to see what happens. I guess they're still going to roll with Shedeur Sanders. You know what? We're just going to make a defense be absolutely monstrous where you guys can't score anything on it. Look at Taylor Green goes to number 40 at Kansas City. That's a weird pick. All right, we got pick 14 here in the second round. I know where we're going. We're going to a guy in Oregon, Emmanuel Pregnon. I think he's going to be a beast of a guard. We need guard. You can see projected round 3 to 4, but talent 1 to 2. We're taking him. True value at 44. We're talking about 46. He is a normal dev, but 90 strength. Not going to even, I mean, how do you not show even the attributes right there of his main position? I don't get it. All right, we're going to try to make a deal with Kansas City here to move up to a third round pick. We're going to offer 2 5s, a 7th to get up to number 3, get a third round pick. Kansas City didn't really have much in the way of draft capita, so we give them more picks for this year. So we have now a third round pick at number 8 at the moment. And I think we're going to look at D-tackle. I was thinking Hunter possibly, but Zane Durant, you can see the talent's a little bit better out of Penn State. Kind of that mold we want. B block shed, B finesse move, B power moves. So I think that's the pick. We take Zane Durant, number 63 in true value. Got him there. He is a hidden dev, 91 acceleration, 87 strength, 84 speed. So I think we have a solid pick here, and we've just built up the defensive front with the 2 picks of Ruben Bain and Durant. All right. We got a guard as well. Now the 4th round. I'm not sure where I want to go here. I'm just going to look at the board and see what's around. Because we could go Will Lee right there, corner. That's a possibility. We could go guard again. Maybe receiver. I think we can wait on that one. Surratt, look, he could be a solid receiver. That could be a solid pick. Tight end, we're good. Looking at guard. Rutledge Campbell. I think Roberts, then you go to, he's the guard from Alabama. That could be another one pick as well. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to take Rutledge or Campbell. I could wait for Roberts because Roberts, you can see down below, he has run block, power, finesse, all at A's. These guys, not too much. Yeah, Jaden Roberts could be the pick. But I don't think we're going to pick him here in the 4th round. How about edge? It's an Anthony Jr. You got Tyreek Sapp. Linebackers, which I was open to taking as well. Some of the names are definitely messed up for sure. That's hilarious. Let's go. Oh, Jacob Rodriguez is still here? That's the pick. That's the pick. We're taking Jacob Rodriguez. I don't know how this guy is still around in the 4th round. An absolute monster linebacker. I mean, like I said, I was looking maybe Will Lee was going to be the pick here. But if you have a guy like Jacob Rodriguez, because we don't know what we're going to do with Roquan after the season, bam, fill him in. We're taking Jacob Rodriguez out of Texas Tech. A+, he was number 12 in true talent, hidden dev, 93 acceleration, 84 speed. Man, this guy's a beast. I don't know how he's still around the 4th round. Wow, okay. I think we got a steal there. All right, let's go to the 5th round. So my corners are definitely gone there. I don't know. Maybe there's some guys, maybe UDFAs that I'm thinking about possibly looking at. But I think the thing I'm possibly going, because we have, I think, 3 picks left. We got a 5th rounder now. We're down to 1 5th round pick. We had 4. And we got a 6th round, and we got a 7th round pick. So I don't know if we're even going to keep that 7th round pick. We'll see. I might just have to go with guard again, because I'm not seeing anything that I'm really looking at that I possibly want. Yeah, Hemby's a nice, I like the power back, but we just don't need it. We just don't. We don't need it at the moment. So let's go to guard again, and I'm going to take a Jaden Roberts. I'm looking at the right here. I mean, when you got A's across the board there, I know it says undrafted, but I like it. So Jaden Roberts out of Alabama is going to be our pick. Hey, he was number 70 in true talent, so not a UDFA to me. And he's a hidden dev, 93 strength, 80 acceleration. So very good pick there. We've just upgraded our guard position. We've upgraded the D-line. And we head to the 6th round pick here. And honestly, you got Malachi Fields out of Notre Dame. Could go wide receiver. I'm thinking secondary corner. I just don't know. Anybody down the list here that has something decent? Let's see. I mean, B-man coverage, that might be the best at 6'3". JQ Hardaway out of Kentucky. Let's go with him. He ran a 4.39. He's got some speed. He's got height. He's got B-man coverage. We're on his top fits. We're going to take JQ Hardaway, 173 in true talent. We still got a, solid pick. He's got 93 acceleration, 91 speed. He is just a normal dev. But I like the height, size, speed situation. So I think it's a solid pick. Just continue to add to our secondary. We go to the 7th round pick. And honestly, I'm thinking about possibly trading this pick just to get something next year. And we're going to go, let's go to the Raiders. I think their pick's going to be really high. That's for sure. I think they're going to, I could be wrong, but I just don't think they're going to do anything. All right, we're going to accept that deal for the Raiders. And with that, sim out, and that'll be our draft. Yeah, we got nothing. We're not trading back entering. That's the draft. Okay, let's take a look at the recap here for our draft. Ruben Bain, number 2 overall pick. We trade up. We get him. Hidden dev. He's a 79 overall. I think he's going to make an instant impact on this team. He's got 79 finesse, 82 power moves, 70 block shed, 70 play rec, 86 strength, 85 agility. Like I said, I think he's just going to have a major impact on the team. Pregnon is going to be definitely going to be a starter. He is a 74 overall. Good pass block power with 80, finesse at 76, impact block is an 86. I think he'll just continue to improve. Obviously, with a normal dev, who knows? But honestly, I don't think anybody can be worse than Daniel Falele, right? Zane Durant. We trade back into the 3rd round. Continue to build this defensive front. 87 strength, 78 power moves, 75 block shed. We'll have to work on the finesse moves, but he's got 91 acceleration for his type of size. So that just continues to build this front and try to build a beastly pass rushing. We can get to the quarterback. Jacob Rodriguez, I don't know how this dude was here. To me, he could be a 1st round pick. 94 tackle. We'll have to work on the zone coverage, but 93 acceleration, 84 speed, pursuit at 79, play rec at an 81. I think he starts immediately as well. I think we can kind of rotate in with Simpson and Teddy Buchanan. Jaden Roberts got a steal here in the 5th round as well. Hidden dev, he's a 73 overall, 93 strength. Have to work on the pass block power and pass block finesse. Needs more work on that. He's more of a run block guy, but 83 run block power, looking good. Just continue the depth there. And then we take JQ Hardaway with our last pick. 69 overall. Not bad. 75 man coverage with the 91 speed. Like I said, with the size at 6'3", I think it's a pretty solid pick as well. So continue to build that cornerback room. All in all, I think a solid draft. Really solid draft. We upgraded positions we definitely needed to. And then after the draft, we're going to sign Patrick Payton. He is an undrafted free agent, pass rusher guy out of LSU. Just continue to add there. We'll sign him. And I think we're going to add depth at safety as well. So let's go back to free agency. And we're going to bring back, I think, former Raven, Tony Jefferson. He was with the Chargers. So I think Let's bring back Tony Jefferson. He can be a backup, another vet, trying to win a Super Bowl. All right, that brings us to the 2026 regular season. We kick off with the Texans. Let's go quickly through this schedule here. Texans, Falcons, Jags, and Steelers. And they got the Saints at Buffalo. Oh, man, Steelers we already end with. See, I don't know how they don't do the scheduling where you always end with the division team. We end with Tampa Bay. I don't know. So this is the roster we got. Obviously, Lamar. Obviously, Derrick Henry. Keaton Mitchell. Justin Jefferson just adds a new dimension. Hopkins, Zay Flowers. We'll go with Tez Walker. Andrews, Likely, and Kohler. Rosengarten, Emory Jones at right guard. Linderbaum, Pregnant at left guard. And then Ronnie Stanley. I think the line is definitely a little bit better for sure. I mean, it can't, like I said, really get much worse than it was. Ruben Bain, I think is going to make a huge impact. I think Durant will as well. We got Van Noy back. Mike Green can work into the rotation with Tavares Robinson. So I think we're good there. Corner, maybe a little bit of a downgrade, but I think we're solid. And then he got Starks, and then obviously one of the best safeties in football in Kyle Hamilton. So this defense, we'll see what they can do. I mean, we're right now at 84 overall defense, 91 offense, but I think we can play well. All right, we're going to think sim to the midseason and see where we sit. All right, we are 5-3. We just lost to the Browns after beating the Bengals. Steelers are 1-6. Wow. All right, let's take a look at what we got here. Let's take a look at some injuries. Any injuries we got going? So Travis Jones is hurt. Trenton Simpson's hurt. Robinson and Bain were hurt. Man, our whole defensive front is out. Okay, that's cool. At least 3 of them will be back next week, but Travis Jones could be gone almost the rest of the season, depending. Let's take a look at some stats here. I just want to see offensively real quick. Lamar's got 16 touchdowns, 3 picks. Henry's not doing too much. And Justin Jefferson's got 44 for 619 yards. Flowers is up there, but Flowers has the touchdowns with 6. Let's look at the standings. Cleveland 6-1. They've only allowed 99 points. Their defense is just going nuts. Pittsburgh has only scored 85 points through 7 games. That's atrocious. But look at the Browns. Their defense is killing. The AFC got Bills, Broncos at 7-1, Browns at 6-1. So we're right there at 5-3. So we're obviously still in the hunt. We're not that far away from the division. All right. We beat Pittsburgh. We beat Indianapolis. We go to week 11 taking on Cincinnati. This is a huge matchup here. Man, Wiggins and TJ Tampa out, so our corners are out for this game. Cleveland did lose once and back down to 7-2, but we're 7-3, and we beat the Bengals 31-24 before heading into our late bye week. That is absolutely huge. Let's get healthy here. Tampa will be back. Travis Jones is getting close to returning. Ollie's out, but that's fine. All right, we're sitting solidly here at the moment. Looking at this schedule real quick. Yeah, big win against Pittsburgh, Indianapolis, and Cincinnati. We got Tennessee, Carolina, Dallas, LA, Cleveland, and Tampa Bay. Okay. We've won 3 in a row. Looking solid. We shut out the Steelers there in week number 4. All right, Chargers. So we ended up beating Carolina. We ended up beating Dallas, and we end up beating the Chargers before we have a huge matchup here in week 17. Cleveland's dropped to 11-4. We've won 7 in a row. If we win this game against Cleveland, we win the division and might be on pace for a number 1 seed. Here we go. Let's sim this game. Can we win and win the division? And we end up losing 29-11. Man, the Browns' defense is just ridiculous. We only had 216 yards. They only had 279. Yeah, but Lamar, 77 yards passing. He was 9-20 with a touchdown. Henry had 12 for 64. Lamar had 62 yards rushing. Justin Jefferson, 3 for 50. And the Cleveland Browns completely shut us down. Van Noy had a couple sacks. Durant had a sack and a half. Jacob Rodriguez had a sack. Wow. I think we're in the playoffs. I'm not even checking to look at the standings. At 12-4, I think we should be good. But this final week here, I think we need Cleveland to maybe lose, but that could have been it. I think they might have won the division. So we win. We go 13-4. Cleveland must have won, and we are the wild card at 13-4. We're taking on a 7-10 Texans team, won the division. Wow. Now, I know there's always talk about reseeding playoffs. You know, division winner at 7-10, do they deserve a home game? But you know what? I have no issue with that. Even though we went 13-4 and we lost the division, it just is what it is. You play in certain divisions. Hey, some years it's good. Some years it's really bad. And that's just the way it goes. Bills at 13-4. I think Cleveland's the number 1 seed. That's insane. The Cleveland Browns are the number 1 seed. Vikings win the division. Packers, Lions. So that trade worked out for both teams because the Vikings are in the playoffs. Falcons win that. See, it's just terrible. Yeah, Giants at 14-3. The Giants and the Browns are the 1 seeds. You can already tell this is a unrealistic rebuild, right? But hey, you never know year to year with the NFL what can happen, so I'll never say that. Let's take a look at season stats. Lamar Jackson, 29 touchdowns, 7 picks. Very good season. Completion percentage solid. Derrick Henry had 21 touchdowns. Over 1,300 yards, averaging 5 a carry. The dude just is ridiculous. Justin Jefferson over 1,000 yards, only had 4 touchdowns. Zay Flowers fell short of 1,000, but still 906 and 8 touchdowns. Hopkins had 8 touchdowns. Defensively, Roquan's going to lead us in tackles with Awuzie, Watson, and Starks right there. But look at Zane Durant, 15.5 sacks. Ruben Bain at 6.5. 15.5 for Durant. Van Noy had 12.5, a career resurgence. Roquan and Awuzie with 3 picks. Wiggins and Starks with 2 apiece. Man, Durant. That has turned out to be one crazy of a pick. 15.5 sacks. Wow. All right, we got the wild card game against the Texans. To me, I think we can just sim this. They have a 91 defense, though. We're just going to sim. And it works out. We won 34-17. We win the wild card game. And now we go to Denver to take on the Broncos. Let's take a look at the box score real quick. 34-17 was your final. Lamar has 3 touchdowns. We pick off Stroud once. Not much in the running game. Not a whole lot there. But DeAndre Hopkins, 6 for 116, 2 touchdowns. A little revenge on the old team in a playoff situation. D-Hop. This is why we brought him back. Give him a chance. Zane Durant, 2 sacks. Travis Jones has a sack. We get the job done in the wild card. All right. So that's going to bring us to the divisional round. You got Bengals, Browns, Packers at Giants. We took in the Denver Broncos. And then the Minnesota Vikings and Atlanta Falcons. Okay. This one we're not going to straight sim out. There's no way we're going to definitely sim out and just win. So we're going to get into this game. We are going to super sim. And if we have to jump in, we jump in. So that's what we're going to do. All right, here we go. NFC Divisional against the Denver Broncos. Get the ball first. Harvey with a 5-yard run. 3rd down and 8 to pick up 10 yards to a pass to RJ Harvey, who is just the man of this drive. 18-yard more there in that first. 3rd and 1, RJ Harvey's going to get the first. 20-yard catch by Cortland Sutton. And they get down to the 1, and they punch it in with RJ Harvey for a touchdown. They take a 7-0 lead. All right, it's always, how does Lamar Jackson go in the playoffs? I don't think he's been as bad as most people thought he has been. 27 yards to Justin Jefferson. It's just the results obviously aren't there. So we're trying to change that this year. Can we get through the divisional round? And he's picked off by Drew Sanders. As I'm saying, we're trying to change the narrative a little bit, and not a good start. 7-0 pick. Now Denver in business here. But a fumble. Jacob Rodriguez is recovering. The defense gets the ball right back. Nice job. 3rd and 4. Sack Lamar. And we're going to have to punt. All right, offense slow to get going here against a really good Denver defense. This defense is absolutely fantastic. So we force a punt, though. All right, we got 8 minutes left here in this first half. Can we get a nice drive here? Pick up something before halftime. 11 yards to Zay. Lamar's going to run for 6, 2nd and 4, but it'll bring up a 3rd down and 1, and we get a 2-yard rush by Derek for the first. All right. There you go, another first. 8-yard run by Lamar. Mitchell gives us the first. A sack's not going to knock us back. All right, 2nd and 18. 22-yard touchdown to Justin Jefferson. And we've tied this ball game up at 7 apiece. Absolutely huge. 3rd down and 3. And they get a penalty on the offense. So that's it. That's going to be a punt. All right, we force a punt. Nice job. We got 2 minutes left here in this first half. Can we get points? No. Incomplete pass. We're going to have to punt. Now Denver has a chance. And honestly, I think they just ran it out. All right, we go into the second half. It is 7 apiece. And I think we're going to jump into this game. Here we go. 7-7, divisional round. Broncos did stop us on the first drive, and now here they come down the field on this one. That's going to be a 1st down throw, and they get up to the 36-yard line. All right, Nick's back to throw here, probably on 2nd and 11. Looking, Nick's firing, end zone, had his man Sutton, and he can't hang on, incomplete. That's a huge drop. 3rd and 11. They're going to set up a screen. Roquan's got R.J. Harvey down, brings them down. So we'll force Denver to a field goal attempt here. About 39 yards from the left. And the kick is up and it's good. All right, Denver's going to take the lead back, 10-7. Let's try to get this offense rolling. Try to get Derrick Henry going. Run to Derrick Henry. He gets through, breaks off a tackle. Derrick Henry gets down to the 30-yard line and a 1st down. Obviously a big key to this offense. Lamar back to throw. Looking, underneath. Has Kohler for the catch. Kohler just short of the first. Probably could have gave it a chance to Isaiah Likely. But just gets it close. 3rd down and 1. We give it to Derrick Henry up the middle, and that's going to be just enough to pick up the first. And we head to the 4th quarter. 10-7 game here in the divisional round. 2nd and goal. Lamar back to throw. Looking over the middle. Has Zay Flowers, but PSU's going to take him down at the 2. 3rd and goal. Lamar to the outside. Has JJ for the catch and a touchdown. And we're going to take the lead here in the 4th quarter. Justin Jefferson. This is why he was brought here. Just to be the big-time playmaker we need in these situations. 14-10 lead. Can this defense hold up, though? 9 minutes left in this ball game. Play action. Knicks. Wide open receiver is Sutton. Beats Wiggins. And he's all the way up to the 29-yard line, and Denver's in business now. They're trying to retake the lead. 3rd and 2. Knicks looking. And that's nice defense there on the outside. That's going to fall incomplete. Does Denver kick the field goal? No, they're going to go for it here. 4th down and 2. They're sending Harvey out, so it's going to be empty. Knicks to throw on 4th down. Going up top, but knocked away. Jalen Watson. He knows all about this team, playing for the Chiefs so many years. Knocks it away. Incomplete. Turnover on downs. So now we got a chance here to build this lead. Lamar rolling out, looking down the field. He's going to force it to Mark Andrews and comes up with a huge catch. Hufanga was there, but Andrews with a massive grab. Big 1st down. Get this ball to Derrick Henry. Up the middle, Henry rumbling down. He's up to the 31-yard line. That'll put him over 100 for this game. We got to at least add 3 here. We got to make this a touchdown lead. Lamar looking, look out. But he fires it. He finds Isaiah Likely down to the 12 and a 1st. Great throw for Lamar. Getting hit, puts it on the money. Hand it to Keaton Mitchell. Finds some space. Mitchell down to around the 2. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 2. Derrick Henry on first and goal, punches it in for the touchdown. And with 4:16 left in the game, we have built this to a 2-score lead. It's definitely not over yet because Denver has a chance here. 2:51 left. They've driven it down to the 16-yard line. 2nd and 5, pressure around the edge, and it works out perfectly for the sack. Denver's going to hurry this up here. You don't want to waste any time, obviously down 2 scores, but a big sack there makes it a 3rd down and 10. Once again, going empty here on 3rd and 10. Looking as Knicks. Can't find anybody. Back in the end zone, but Awuzie is there to knock it away, incomplete. And this time I think Denver has to settle for 3. You got to put this back to a 1-score game. So Will Lett's brought out. 38-yard field goal. Kick is up, and it's good. So 21-13. It's a 1-score game. We got the ball in our hands with a chance to end it. And we're going to trust in Lamar Jackson. They're making sure Henry doesn't beat us here, but we're going to trust in Lamar. We go to, that's Justin Jefferson for the grab and a 1st down. Denver down to 1 timeout left. And now they have none. So 1 more 1st down ends it, and Derrick Henry's going to do that. He ends the ball game with the run there. We can just kneel this one out. And we win 21-13. What a win there. Nice job coming back, and a great job by the defense, stepping up big. And the offense, Lamar, was a rough start, getting the pick, couple of sacks. He comes back for the victory. We head to the AFC Championship game to play the Cincinnati Bengals. The Cleveland Browns just couldn't do enough offensively. Burrow, 249 and a touchdown. Shadur Sanders, 233 and a TD. Not enough. Chase Brown had a couple of touchdowns. Jamar Chase, 7 for 96. Higgins had a TD. But we take on the Cincinnati Bengals in the AFC Championship game at home. And Stewart had a couple of sacks. Man, this Browns defense. That was a little scary, actually, thinking about having to play them in the AFC Championship, but we won't. Green Bay takes down the number 1 seed, so both number 1 seeds are gone. And Minnesota beats Atlanta 34-24. So you got Bengals, Ravens, Packers, Vikings, division matchups here in the championship games. All right, here we go. AFC Championship game, taking on the Cincinnati Bengals, who I believe we've beaten twice this season. We had this chance before in 2023 against the Kansas City Chiefs. Disappointing game. Can we get this team to a Super Bowl? Here we go. Get the ball first. 2nd and 12. Brings up a 3rd and 1. Get the 1st down with Derrick. We're moving it here. All right, 2nd and 10. Oh, penalty on Cincinnati. Takes us down to the 8. And a big sack. 2nd and goal from the 17. Now a 3rd and goal from the 15. And we find Hopkins for the touchdown on 3rd and goal from the 15. And we take a 7-0 lead. Can we slow down this Bengals offense? Yeah. Higgins for 26. 12 to Chase Brown. Pick up another 1st. And a 15-yard touchdown to Higgins. That was quick. 7 apiece. There you go. Big catch to LaJohntay Wester. That might be a 1st. It's going to be 3rd and inches here. And a 45-yard touchdown to Justin Jefferson on 3rd and inches. And we retake the lead 14-7. And back and forth we go. All right, big 3rd down here. It's a 20-yard catch. 1st down to Lemon. 15 yards to Chase. 8 yards to Gesicki. Down to the 15. Down to the 8. 1st and goal. Stop them once. And we won't stop them twice. Touchdown Cincinnati. We're tied at 14. Back and forth. Can anybody play defense? 26 yards to Hopkins. Penalty on Cincinnati gives us the first. 8 yards to Zay. First and goal from the 5. And we punch it in with Derrick Henry. We retake the lead 21-14. 3:40 left in this first half. Another first down for Cincinnati. Okay, we have a chance here. 3rd down and 6. And we get a stop. Finally. Force a punt. Can we take advantage here? 28 yards to Hopkins. 28 yards to Justin Jefferson. A minute left here in this first half. 13 to Zay. Big pass plays down the field. And we kick a field goal right before halftime. And we got a 24-14 lead. Can we hang on? 3rd and 7. Pass drop from Mekhi Lemon. And Cincinnati has to punt. This is a big drive for our offense here. 9-yard rush from Lamar. 7 from Henry. Another 6 rush, actually, from Flowers. 26-yard reception from Derrick Henry. 3rd down and 1 from the 18. We get the first down. We're down to the 11. At least stop. 2nd and goal. A sack on Lamar. 3rd and goal. Incomplete pass. And the field goal is missed. Are you kidding me? Loop, you... Oh, jeez, he missed the field goal. It remains a 10-point game. 3rd down and 10. 25 yards to Mekhi Lemon for the first. 20 yards again. Down to the 9. 3rd and 2. Touchdown. No, he's down to the 1. That's the touchdown. Back to 3. All right, offense. You've been moving it the entire game. We've been in the 4th quarter. 3rd down and 2. And Lamar's stuffed, and we got a punt. The first real stop for Cincinnati's defense the entire game. And we're going to jump in here. 7:33 left. 3-point lead. 24-21. Here in the AFC Championship game. Burrow fires, has Higgins for the grab and a first. Man, with Higgins, Chase, Lemon, how do you stop this team? 3rd and 6. Burrow underneath, caught, and that's a first down. Mekhi Lemon. We're driving here. We got to hold him to 3. 1st and goal. Higgins, touchdown Cincinnati. And the Bengals come back from 24-14 to take the lead here in the 4th in the AFC Championship game. We're down 28-24. And with about 4 minutes left, as that's going nowhere for Derrick Henry, we're in 4-down territory. 2nd and 10, Lamar has an open man. DeAndre Hopkins, you know he wants to get to the Super Bowl. Has a big-time catch and a first down. No wear and tear is going to take him off the field. 2 minutes left. 3rd and 6. Lamar looking. Going up top for Justin Jefferson for the lead, and he can't bring it down. Incomplete. And we got a 4th down. If we don't get this, game's not over yet because we still have all 3 of our timeouts. But here we go. 4th down and 6. Lamar over the middle. He has D-Hop for the catch and a first. Absolutely massive. We're letting some clock run as well because I don't want to give Cincinnati a ton of time if we score here. Lamar finds Zay. Zay's got it, cuts it up, and Zay Flowers is in for the touchdown and the go-ahead lead with 41 seconds remaining. Maybe we scored too early, but you got to get it done. Man, that just reminds me of the game against the Chiefs. The same type of route, same type of position. Zay got stripped right at the goal line and fumbled it. The game was just never the same after that. But this time, he comes up with the same grab, cuts it up, and this time, he gets in for the go-ahead touchdown. You know the Cincinnati offense can move it. They have 2 timeouts. They just need a field goal. They're going to run it. What was that? What a play from Ruben Bain. I don't know about that offensive play call. Timeout Cincinnati. They have one left. 31 seconds. 3rd and 2. Burrow steps up, fires. Jamar Chase has got the catch. And they'll call their final timeout. 22 seconds left. Burrow under pressure from Bain. Gets away from Roquan. Burrow's got room to run. Roquan will finally bring him down. Clock's rolling here. They have no timeouts. He's trying to make sure everybody's set. 5 seconds left. Burrow's going to spike it with 2 seconds left. They bring on McPherson to tie this and bring it to overtime. Here we go. The kick is up, and it is good. Cincinnati ties it up at 31, and we go to overtime. What an AFC Championship game against two division rivals. And we get the ball first. Who's going to the Super Bowl? Lamar looking. Firing has Zay for the catch in a first. And Lamar has been on the money in this game. 2nd and 4. There's Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry with the first down run to the 35-yard line. Back to throw on 2nd down. Steps up in the pocket. There you go. Justin Jefferson's got it in a first. Great protection from this offensive line. Giving time for that route to get it all the way across the field for the first. 2nd and 2. Lamar. He's trying to take off. There was a spy there, and it works out perfectly. That's going to be a sack. And brings up a 3rd and 4. Looking. Finding Hopkins, who breaks off the tackle, and Hopkins in for the touchdown! A touchdown of a lifetime for DeAndre Hopkins! Gives us the lead here in the AFC Championship game at overtime. What a play from D-Hop. He just got her off the defender, and actually it's former Raven Geno Stone. Touchdown. Now, can the defense get a stop? Bengals looking for the tie. 2nd and 3. Outside, Higgins. Higgins got room to run down the sideline. We'll bring him down. And Cincinnati just like that down to the 27. Bird will throw him 1st and 10. Ruben Bain on the stunt. Gets around there for the sack. The rookie comes up big here. Loss of 8. Huge sack from Ruben Bain. So a 3rd and 15. Burrow looking. Has time to throw. Looks for Chase, but Awuzie is there to knock it away. Fantastic defensive stop. And it comes down to this. 4th and 15. Can our defense get a stop and end this game and go to the Super Bowl? Burrow up top, looking for Higgins. It's knocked away. We're going to the Super Bowl. You never know with T. Higgins. He's an absolute monster of a receiver, even in double coverage. I trust he goes up and get it, but we knock it away. And we win this ball game 38-31, and we are heading to the Super Bowl. Oh, man. What a game. Lamar Jackson, 27 of 30, 365, 4 touchdowns. And now we can close off that narrative of Lamar. He gets to his first Super Bowl, and not only that, he just plays lights out. DeAndre Hopkins, 10 for 137, 2 touchdowns. Like I said, talk about turning back the clock. What a game. We get to the Super Bowl, and we're taking on the Green Bay Packers, who just beat down the Minnesota Vikings. Man. Taking on the Green Bay Packers. Let's take a look at yearly awards. Joe Burrow's going to win the MVP. He threw over 5,000 yards this year. He had like 40 touchdowns. Tim Stevens wins the Coach of the Year for the Giants. Look at Aaron Glenn. He went to Cleveland. He leaves the Jets, goes to Cleveland. And built a crazy defense there. Just fell short. And Zane Durant's going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year, no doubt, with 15.5 sacks. Fantastic season. There's Rodriguez and Ruben Bain. Burrow's your best quarterback. Cook best running back. Wide receiver is going to be Chase. I don't know if we're going to win anything else here. No. All right. Defense. NFC. Gibbs is going to win Player of the Year. Dante Moore wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. McCoy, the Defensive Rookie of the Year. Did I say defensive for Dante Moore? Offensive, I mean. Go through this list. Fred Warner, A.J. Terrell, Pinheiro. All right. That brings us to the Super Bowl. The goal is to get this team to a Super Bowl and win. We're here. We have a chance against a really good Green Bay Packers team. Is this in Minnesota? Man, so is this Minnesota or Atlanta? I don't remember where this Super Bowl is being held. But anyway, we have a chance here. Can we beat the Green Bay Packers? Get Lamar Jackson his first Super Bowl. Get Derrick Henry a Super Bowl. DeAndre Hopkins a Super Bowl. Justin Jefferson. We have a chance. Green Bay has the ball first, though. 18 yards to Wicks. They're moving it down the field here. 12 yards to Christian Watson. 26-yard touchdown, and the Packers take the early 7-0 lead. Offense was humming against the Bengals in the AFC Championship game. Can we continue it here? Big penalty to give us a first down. 3rd down and 4, and it's a sack from Rashawn Gary. So we have to punt. 3rd and 2, Jacobs first down. And they're just giving it to Josh Jacobs. 6-yard catch from Wicks. All right, knocked away. 2nd and 10, 12 yards to Wicks. Big penalty on there on Tony Jefferson. They're down to the 15-yard line. Down to the 6. 3rd down and 1. Can we get a stop here? Nope. Touchdown. All right, we're down 14-0. Big drive from the offense here. All right, big first down on 3rd and 9. Exactly what we needed. Oh, another sack. And we're going to fall short. All right, we have to punt. Green Bay's defense doing a great job here so far. We got to wake up a little bit. Defense has got to wake up too. We got to get a stop here. Oh, jeez. 39-yard, 3rd and 9, you get a 26-yard completion to Tucker Kraft. They're going to be up 21-0 here in a second. Wow, we actually got to stop. So a field goal from Green Bay makes it 17-0, and we got to jump in here. 2 minutes before the halftime. Lamar's going to try to step up with the pocket, and Green Bay's all over it. Devontae Wyatt for the sack. Big 3rd down and 4. We go to Zay over the middle, and even with the sack, we pick up the first down. We still have 2 timeouts left, 50 seconds left in this first half. We need some sort of points here. Jefferson with the catch. Justin Jefferson down to the 30-yard line and a first. We'll call, I think, our second timer, or at least maybe hurry it up here. We'll hold on to the 2 timeouts and just hurry it up. Lamar Parsons is there for the sack. You got to call a timeout now. So 3rd and 7. Lamar has an open man. Andrews has got it for the catch, and Andrews is down to the 4. And he's out of bounds. So we still have that timeout left. 2nd and goal. Lamar looking. Time to throw. Finds JJ for the catch, and we're finally on the board here right before halftime to get this back to a 2-score game, get a little momentum rolling. I think we received the ball to start the second half. We can get right back in this game. All right, down 17-7. Nice drive there. We start off this second half. Trying to get this back to 1 score. Lamar has Andrews underneath. That's a grab and a catch for a first down. Bring over Henry here. There's room up there. There is room. Linderbaum gets at the field with a fantastic block, and Derrick Henry's in for the touchdown. I guess we completely fooled the Green Bay defense. We spread everybody out, bring back Derrick Henry, and there's just nobody there. That even allowed Linderbaum to get 20 yards up the field for the block with a safety. It's a ball game again, 17-14. And our defense is getting into 3 and out. Tough throw there, Woozy in coverage. We get the ball right back. Going up top, looking for Jefferson one-on-one, and he comes down with the grab. What a catch from Justin Jefferson. Green Bay's actually going to challenge this call. I thought he toe tapped there. 1, 2, yeah, he drugged the other foot. He's got it. Yeah, 2 feet. That's all you freaking need, not the 3-foot crap. That's a catch. It's not overturned. It's a timeout then at Green Bay to lose the challenge. That could be huge at the end of the game. Hopkins with the grab, and Hopkins down to the 11. I think he probably wants this so bad to try to get this Super Bowl. This could be his final game. Down to the 11. Lamar. We pick up the blitz. We find JJ for the catch and a touchdown. Second for Justin Jefferson. And we take the lead for the first time in this ball game. Great protection from the offensive line, allowing that route to develop, and Lamar puts it on him perfectly. And he had pretty much 2 guys there on him. Our defense once again would get a stop. And now, 3:50 left here in this third, as Derrick Henry with a good run, breaking tackles Henry down to the 40. Play action off that. Lamar looking down the field, has an open man, but he can't hit Isaiah Likely. He had him, and more than likely would have scored. 3rd and 9, Lamar's looking. Look out, ball is hit. Falls incomplete. All right, we're going to bring out Loop here. Can you make a kick, dude? I swear. And Loop puts it through. There you go. We're up 7, 24-17. Our defense, since that goal line stand that held it in a 3, has been playing so well as of late. Haven't allowed anything since, but that's the outside. That's catch close to a first. 3rd down and 1. They hand it Jacobs. Jacobs is going to be stuffed. Hamilton with the initial contact. Starks is there to clean it up. And Green Bay will punt. 4th quarter. We find Hopkins on a big 3rd down, but there is a flag on the play. It's going to be a holding call. Take away that first. So now it's a 3rd and 13. We got to be careful here. Don't want to get a safety. Lamar looking, trying to look for Zay Flowers, but it's knocked away incomplete. And Green Bay gets the stop. Still just a 1-score game. Love to throw. Has an open man. Caught Musgrave. He's down to the 20-yard line. Big 3rd and 9, though. Love fires underneath the Watson. Breaks 1 tackle. Won't get away from another from Roquan. So that'll bring up a 4th and 5. And they're going to go for this. They're keeping the offense on the field. They're not going to try for 3. They're going for it here. 4th down and 5. Love to throw. Pressure up the middle, and he's going to be picked off. Trent Simpson is there. The pressure from Zane Durant, the rookie. Leeds love to force it. Simpson's there for the pick. And we take over with 7:31 left. Still with a 7-point lead. Can the offense get it done here? We're going down for Justin Jefferson again. This time just falls incomplete. 3rd and 7. Lamar looking. Oh, that's a terrible throw. That's a terrible throw. Oh, man, that should have been picked. We got lucky there. I don't know what that was. So now Green Bay with another chance. 5:30 left. Pressure. There's Trent Simpson again. We bring the linebacker blitz, and he gets through for the huge sack. 3rd and 11 for Green Bay. And that is going to be caught, but short of the first. Nice tackle there by Awuzie. Green Bay punts. 3:43 left in the game. Lamar finds Zay for the catch. Zay's got the first. I believe he stayed in bounds as well. Yes, clock runs. Now, Green Bay, remember, when that challenge, they lost the timeout. That could be huge. Lamar fires and finds Zay Flowers for a massive, massive catch and a first and down to the 34. You could have just been running Henry there, but I trusted Lamar to make the play. Here is Derrick Henry now with the run. Henry to the 27. Last timeout for Green Bay. They still have the 2-minute warning, as Henry will pick up the first. So that'll take us pretty much down to the 2-minute warning. But if we get one more first down, that is it. And Derrick Henry's going to do it. He got through. He got the first down. We could just kneel it out. And I don't know if I'll ever see this, but I can take pleasure in seeing the clock tick down and seeing Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, Zay Flowers, Justin Jefferson, Pat Ricard, this whole roster, DeAndre Hopkins, Kyle Hamilton. Man, I hope I could see this in real life. Oh man. We did it. We did it. We got the job done. Lamar's your Super Bowl MVP. We're world champs. Wow, look at this. It's actually going to be former Packer Charles Woodson handed us the Lombardi. So the turmoil and everything with the Harbaugh gone, Clint Kubiak comes in, gets his offense humming with Justin Jefferson. Defense does enough, big stops, and we're Super Bowl champs. Lamar Jackson, couple of touchdowns. We trusted in him at the end of the game to make the plays. He did. Big completions to Zay Flowers. And the defense. We're down 17-0. Defense just held him the rest of the way. And we're champs. There you go. It's been like an hour and 20-some minutes. But we did it. We did it. It only took a year. I was doing 2 max on this anyway. But we got it done. Super Bowl champs. If this could only happen in real life, I would absolutely take it for next year. I really would. But let me know what you think down below of this rebuild. Obviously, it would end here because we won the Super Bowl. We're not going to continue on. You know, I think we did, obviously, a great job. Obviously, won a Super Bowl. So we built it enough. We had talent still there. We just added to it. Changed up some things in the offensive line and defensive front, and it made a difference. And we're now Super Bowl champions. So I think it's been an absolutely successful rebuild. Like I said, hopefully it can stay this way. But let me know what you think down below. If you're new here, subscribe more for more Madden and college football content, baseball as well. And I will see you in the next one. I'm not sure if we'll do another rebuild, but we'll see you in franchise. But thank you so much for watching. Hit that like. Subscribe. You guys have a fantastic day. I will see you later. Bye-bye.